It must be lucky for some to have a few $1,000 to spend on a horse.
Be nice, wouldn't it? Thanks, Paul. Stay with us. We'll bring you that story on thieves during the cyclone. And Peter Byrne has the weather details.
This weather report brought to you by Eastman & Richards Real Estate. Big enough to get results, small enough to care.
Good evening once again, Weather Watchers. I'm presenting the weather this evening from the banks of the Pioneer River in Mackay. The river's now dropped below minor flood level, which is certainly good news. Now, before we look at local weather, certainly straight A's to the Bureau of Meteorology and their timely warnings as far as Tropical Cyclone Ului was concerned, and certainly the Bureau's prediction on the path and movement of the cyclone was spot on. Also accolades this evening to the State Emergency Service and also Ergon Energy. All those guys are working tirelessly to restore power through most of central Queensland. Let's look at local weather details. Looking at rainfall through the Mackay district for the 48 hours to 9 o'clock this morning. Thanks Cyclone Ului, flood falls through the Clark Ranges. No wonder the Pioneer flooded. Look at that whopping fall, 513 millimetres. Finch Hatton 404, Mackay 136, Proserpine Airport 132 millimetres. Temperatures through the region for today, Monday, very muggy day. Daytime maxima below the March average, due to the rain and cloud cover, of course. Heavy rain continued in the Pioneer Valley till 3 p.m. Finch Hatton was the best recording, 142 millimetres. Current conditions for Mackay, pretty wet, temperature currently 24 degrees. The continental satellite picture, fairly widespread cloud over Western Australia associated with a surface trough. Cloud over Queensland, you can clearly see most of the low-level cloud over the east of the state. Taking a closer look at Queensland, widespread cloud over eastern parts, solid rain echoes in the Townsville-Mackay area, and you can clearly see the low-level circulation of ex-cyclone Ului in the Mount Isa area. In today's chart, tropical cyclone or ex-tropical cyclone Ului, I should say, near the Mount Isa area, elongated series of highs over southern latitudes, and a surface trough in the Coral Sea is strengthening southeast winds along the coast. Convergence bands to the east of the system is producing fairly widespread shower and thunderstorm activity with heavy falls. Now those heavy falls should gradually ease during tomorrow to just shower activity. The forecast for the central coast, scattered showers, patchy rain easing. The outlook for Wednesday, isolated showers. Central Highlands, patchy rain clearing during the morning, isolated showers remaining, and much the same for Wednesday, isolated showers. Maritime observations at 3 p.m, southeasterlies gusting to 30 knots in most sites. Coastal waters, Bowen to St Lawrence, a strong wind warning has been issued for waters north of Mackay, southeast 20 to 25 knots, increasing to 20 to 30 knots north of Mackay during the afternoon. For Wednesday, southeast 20 to 30. Tidal information for Mackay Harbour for Tuesday, and finally the astronomical details for Mackay for tomorrow, Tuesday. That concludes tonight's weather. Consider yourself meteorologically briefed. Now, as per usual, it's back to Paul and Sam.
Yeah, thank you, Peter. Now, brazen thieves used the cover of Cyclone Ului to break into at least 5 different shops in Mackay. A Nebo Road jewellery store was hit the worst, with looters causing extensive damage before setting it alight, destroying the shop completely.
Smashed cabinets and a burnt-out shell is all that is left of family business Johnson's Jewellers. After 40 years of trading on Nebo Road, the last thing the Johnson family expected was to have their business broken into during the middle of a tropical cyclone. At around 4 a.m. Sunday morning, under the cover of Cyclone Ului, brazen thieves smashed the front window of the store, gaining entry before setting the shop alight.
And we're thinking that people were probably taking advantage of the fact that there were less members of the public around and less patrols around. We're certainly very, very eager to catch these people.
Gillian Harris has worked in her parents' shop for over 20 years. She says she cannot put into words how devastated she is.
And we're only a small business, struggling as it is, and then some lowlife comes and burns it.
Mrs. Harris says she doesn't know if and when the business would reopen. Police are unsure if the robbery is connected to a spate of other break-ins in the area. 2 pharmacies, a bottle shop and a car yard are all casualties of the cyclone criminals.
We really don't like this sort of behaviour.
Anyone with any information is urged to contact Crime Stoppers. Natalie Win, Win News.
That is callous, isn't it?
Very terrible. I hope they find who's responsible. News headlines can be found on our website, wintv.com.au. Good night.
Good night.
This has been a Win News presentation from Win Television, Australia's largest commercial television network.